Just got this screen for the door so we can let the spring air in. It's a retractable screen door, and got it from one of our lumber yards here. And that's the instruction booklet. Not much to it. Just got a few pages long. Tells you how to put it together and make it work. So anyways, that's that. Got a drill. You're going to need a drill. Okay. Package of screws. And this is the sill. It's adjustments for each side. You can trim it to fit when you slide it over to each end. And now we'll go outside and I'll show you the rest. So this is video clip number 2, and I've got it all unboxed. I've got this side here, which is the receiver side. That would be on the doorknob side of the door, and the other one, which is the one with the screen inside of it. That's going to be on the hinge side of the door. Okay, and there's both parts. Now we also have 2 pieces right here which go between them. So we're supposed to put this all together, and then we're going to hold it up on this door and install it so we can let some fresh air in. Alright, now I'll put it together. I'll show you what it looks like together, leaning it up against the door, and then we'll work on the rest of it.
Why do I have to hold it?
Alright, after you get it together, snap it all together. Top piece joins both sides, and the bottom piece that joins all sides. Then you're gonna tip it up. This is the top. This is the top side here. So that's against the hinge, that side. Okay, with the screen door. Now when you're going to put it in, when we install it, we're going to put it on the inside of this brick mold right here. So there's a brick mold, goes on this side in here, and there's a couple of holes in there when you line them up. Okay, so we're going to do that right now. After you get it together, you stand it up against the door. You're going to lift it up, and you're going to put this here groove on the bottom. This groove on the bottom. That is where the threshold has to go. And what we're going to do is take one side out and slide that threshold in this joint, and then set it on the door. And while the other person's holding it in place, you're going to put some screws in the brick mold. Here, there's 4 of them. Only 4 corners. As long as you don't get somebody walking out the door or anything. Then there's 2 on this side. So we'll work on that, getting it up into place. Now on the bottom, for what I did to get this threshold in there, was I pulled this out as far as I could get it, so there's room. Then I have a plastic knife that I shoved in between these 2 just to put this groove away from this other edge. And then I just slid this in and pulled the knife out, and it held it out. It was easy to do, but you could put it all together all at once. If you get to that point, you can get it in with no problem, okay, without bending it, okay. Now when you get to this part, you slide these over. What you'll want to do is mark them around here, you know, as much as you need it, so you can slide that up tight in that hole. Of course, that'll, you know, it's all going to be tighter. All right, and you'll do the same thing. You'll do the same thing on this side. So you just cut this a little bit, and it'll slide up tight. Okay, and we're going to put a screw through it when we're ready. Okay, after you get that cut in, that fits in nice, and then you're going to screw that. There's a screw there. Another screw up there. And when you get set in place, I put an extra screw in the middle here. I'm probably going to put one in the back too, just to keep it tight. But when you get this all set, then you have to screw the threshold to that threshold. So what I'm going to do is slide it over and put the screw underneath this, one screw. You won't see it. And the same thing with this side. And then there's two screws left in the middle, which I will put in. So I'll finish that, and I'll show you how it works pretty good. Clips over, and it came out pretty straight, even across the top. If you want it tighter, you probably want to put, like, I would say if you put a double face tape on there to cushion it, or something like that, it'll take up the gaps that you have. You could do that, which would seal the holes from bugs. Well, I don't think there's going to be a big deal. So, you know, you want to open it, and you just, you know, go up with it, let it go, and it goes all the way back by itself and opens. And you just leave it open unless you want to keep that door open and get some fresh air. And it works pretty good. Okay, I've completed the door install. I put a screw there, threshold, screw there, screw there. These screws a little bit more than 4 inches, but they hold that molding tight because it's up against it. And pretty much tight. If you want it tighter, just unscrew it and take it off and put something to squish in between while you're installing it, like double face tape or something, if you need it tighter. Now the door is closed, and it's pretty tight. You can make it tighter.
Yeah, I want a little more than that. Not see that screen pretty good.
What?
Something that I can put on it a little bit more.
Are you talking to me while I'm trying to do something? Okay. All right, well, the door's complete, and I'm just going to shim a little bit on this side so this is tighter, and that ought to do it. It's sticking up in here. I don't know why. Because this has to be shoved a little bit that way. There we go. Now, it'll open by itself. So, that's it. Didn't take much.